welcome to another layout. Today I want to show you how you can use really large stencils to create a soft background. It doesn't always necessarily mean, if you've got a large stencil like this one, this is one that I picked up recently. It's a DYLUSIONS large stencil and it is called Martha's Most Massive Matte in large. Just because you've got a stencil, you don't have to go to town and fill it all in really dark. What I'm showing you here is I've started off with a coloured background. I used the Craft Consortium 12x12 watercolours sheet. Now it's a watercolours book that you can get and it's got the 12x12 sheets in it. And to be honest, it sort of already gave me a jumping off point and I just wanted to add a little bit of interest in the background. Now, normally when you think of adding a little bit of interest, you think texture paste, you think layers, you think all that sort of stuff. But you know what? Sometimes all you need is a couple of different inks and your stencil and go light-handed with it. It gives you interest without being in your face. Now, always remember, whenever you're doing something like this, you're going to cover up some of it. So, you know, like, don't think to yourself, oh, I've gone too far. Oh no, I've wrecked it. No, that's not the case. You can quite easily, because you cover some of it up. It's just the nature of the beast. You know, you're going to put photos over it. You're going to put titles over it. You're possibly going to use other textures, texture pastes, that sort of thing. So that's what I decided. I was going to create a nice soft background. Now, this video is not very long today. This is a nice quick one for you. And basically I'm just using I'm using my Distress Oxide inks here. I don't necessarily consider this a lot of mixed media because I'm only really using the ink. I'm not using texture paste. I'm not using all the other bits and pieces to go with it. So it's really just a bit of ink blending, and this is something that I urge you guys to give it a try. I know I have so many people say to me, I could never do that. I could never blend like that. Or, you know, and honestly, it's really easy. It really is. All you have to do is always remember your Distress Oxides, they will go over the top of another colour because they have pigment ink in them. So you can layer them up and build them up. Distress inks, if you cross over colours, you're going to create a new colour in between those two colours. Whereas the oxides, they're a lot more forgiving and they're creamy and they're easy to blend. So when you're creating maybe titles like I'm doing here, I'm using, what am I using? Milled Lavender I'm using there, and Vintage Photo. I'm using my Cricut because I love my Cricut. I think it's fantastic. I love making nice long titles, and to me, using my Cricut is a lot cheaper than purchasing lots of thickers and all that sort of thing. But you use what you've got and you create the title length that you prefer. This particular layout, I did distress the edges of my cardstock, but I don't really distress too much. Actually, yeah, I did. It's all right. I've done a lot of scrapping today, and if you dropped in and saw my live on Friday, you will know that I scrapped for quite a few hours, and I'm actually voiceovering this afterwards so that I have my layouts ready to go up for Saturday and Monday. Now, we had a lot of fun on that live, and that live actually contains 3 layouts. This one is a super quick one. I absolutely love doing an offset with my Cricut. So with the Cricut software, you can actually create an offset which gives me that white edge, and I love how it allows my titles to pop. It is fantastic. I love it. And I like joining, see how I've blended brown and purple? Like, it's not two colours that you probably would think of that would go very well together, but they look amazing. I was going with the brown because the photos that I'm scrapbooking are actually one of my very, very dear friends, one of my besties. She is a mama to a couple of dash hounds, and she's actually one of the dash hounds in this particular video is she's just had some more puppies. So they are super duper. I haven't been over to see them, but I've seen photos. Got to let mum have her time with them. But they are the most beautiful dash hounds. They're absolutely gorgeous. And my friend Nell and Greg, they put a lot of time into training their dogs and making sure that they're very well behaved. They can take them anywhere and everywhere with them. And, they are really well behaved. They go camping all the time. And in this particular photo, the reason I took the photos was because they had just received their Oodies. And they had... So one of the dogs is actually... So one's Daisy and one's Chico. And Daisy is Chico's mama. And Daisy's the one that's just had some more puppies. So they are absolutely adorable. And they had little purple Oodies. I swear it was the cutest thing. And because they're so long, the way they run around, it was just adorable. Absolutely love it. Obviously, I have Chihuahuas, but I have asked Nell if I'm able to, scrapbook her photos of her puppies. And she has so kindly said, yes, I can, because they're brown and it gives me a different coloured dog to scrap and all different sort of where they are and what they're doing and camping and all the different bits and pieces. So it's fantastic. Absolutely love it. Now, this is where I am lining up my photos. I did play a lot with a stack of different ways to put my photos. I had one landscape and two portraits. So this sort of felt more natural. I was trying to go for something a bit more abstract. And in the end, I went, you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It looks good like that. Leave it like that. And you can see how now you've got the interest in the background. It's breaking up the purple, but it's not actually taking over. And that's what I wanted on this layout, because this particular one, I wanted it to be about the dogs and their Oodies. It's so cute. They're just adorable. They really are. Now, it was at this point that I realized, you know what? It needs some sparkle. It needs some... I really like how it looks. You could quite easily and quite happily stop right there and that's it. It's done. But... True. I apologise. I just yawned. In my defence, I've just scrapbooked for about 6 or 7 hours straight. 6 hours. I think it was a bit over 6 hours. Okay. I apologise. I will try not to yawn again. Now, I decided that I needed some bling. This heart punch is one from... Where did I get it from? LINCRAFT. I got this one from, and it gives me a perfect little heart, and I went, you know what? That's what I need. I think I need a sprinkling of hearts on there. In an ideal world, had I thought about it, it would be awesome, and I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for a large heart stencil. Let me know if you know of anywhere, because I quite often like to use hearts, and I don't use them as much because I don't have a stencil with hearts on it. And I like to build my layouts up, with a bit of... If I'm going to go the mixed media route, sometimes I just go a little bit like this one, and it's just a bit of ink. But I really do like... I like how it works out. I lied. I yawned again. I'm so sorry. I am tired, but you know what? I'm going to smash these 2 voiceovers out, and then I'm going to stop. My kids started school holidays today, so going to have the weekend to do whatever, and I absolutely love it. Now, I am punching out some more hearts. I thought that would be enough, but I thought, no, I'm going to go to town and I'm going to put a heap of hearts up the top. And I absolutely love how these look. I was putting them all on there using this is my other wax tip. What do you call it? It's just a tool that I use to place, I don't even know, wax tip or jewel picker, or I don't even know what to call it, but it's pretty cool. It does work. It does do the trick. And what I've done is, my eldest daughter, she does some diamond dot paintings, and I just took some of her pink wax stuff when she was finished with it, and I just used that in the tip of it, and it works a treat. It's so good. And it allows me to pick things up and just dot down the glue, and I can use 2 hands and it works perfectly. And I absolutely love it. There you go. See the little pink square? That's just leftovers from a diamond dot painting, and bingo, works perfectly. So I absolutely love this one. It turned out, and it's so simple. Absolutely anybody could do this layout. It is absolutely gorgeous. So what am I going to during the week? Oh, I did want to mention, I did get an email, and I mentioned it in the live yesterday, but I'm going to mention it again. Scrap Boutique is shutting up shop. So if you're an Aussie and you are wanting to hunt around for some bargains or whatnot, FYI, they're closing up shop, and they have got a stack of stuff that you can get, and they've discounted everything considerably, like really, really well. So if you want to jump over there and snag yourself a bargain, go for it. Now, I did do my journaling on here before because it wasn't really sort of super personal journaling, so I did stick that down there because it looked a bit empty at the bottom, and sometimes if you don't put the journaling in, it looks like it's not quite finished, but it's the journaling that finishes it off. So I decided to put that down and do my journaling, and that way it looks like I actually finished the layout. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for your support. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you hit the subscribe button. If you're getting value from my videos, I would love you to hit the like button and leave me a comment. All of that helps my channel out, and it costs you absolutely nothing. So thank you so much for all of that, and I will be back on Monday with another video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll chat to you then. Bye for now.